Hello again, YouTube. Sorry again for going so long without dropping a video. I can't lie, my reaction channel been going crazy and I'm really trying to dial down on that. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the live channel, you guys should go ahead and do that. But today's video, I really wanted to just make this about the subject of today's video is change and kind of how to navigate it and the misconception that I feel like a lot of people have when it comes to change and evolving in life and just everything centered around that. So if that interests you, just, go ahead and stick around. And yeah, let's just get into it. So overall, I think everyone in life, for the most part, has a goal to change. Right? One of my life philosophies personally is to evolve and constantly change, because I feel like if you're not doing that, then not only are you doing a disservice to yourself, but you're doing a disservice to the world. Where do you contribute? What good are you doing for someone else? Or, even if it's not necessarily good, what lessons are you teaching them? What role do you play in the lives of others? And just like, no one wants to be the same person that they were last year or the year before. The most defeated you ever feel in life is when you're talking to people that refuse to change. That's why a lot of people get bored talking to older folk, because they're kind of at the point in their life where they've experienced so much life and they don't really want anything that deviates too much from what they already know. They're not willing to change their ideologies. They're not willing to change the way that they dress. They're not even willing to change the music that they listen to. And as we get older and we take in so much information, I feel like it's so much easier to become stagnant, because we've lived life and we feel like we have an expectation for what is going to keep us safe, what makes us feel comfortable, and that's something that subconsciously we latch on to. And the funny part about it is, I think that so many people want change, but they reject change. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look at spirituality and the concept of manifestation. Manifestation is one of the many spiritual laws, but I feel like it's the most popular one. Your words and your thoughts create your reality. Now, I feel like the problem is a lot of people run with that and they think like, just because I think I'm gonna be a millionaire, or I say it a million times, or I want to fall in love and I say it a million times, they feel like that's the end all be all, like their life is just gonna change. And the sad reality is it's not. There's many other spiritual laws, some of which have to do with the reality of actually taking action. And overall, when I say that people want change but reject change, I think oftentimes in life, even if we don't know it, we've gotten exactly what we asked for in one way or another. The thing is, though, it's not necessarily always the way that we want it. Once again, many people have the misconception that because you ask for money, God is just going to put $1,000 into your bank account. But like, that's not how life works. At that point, that's just magic. But a lot of people don't think about the idea that maybe God isn't going to give you exactly what you want, but maybe he's going to put you in an opportunity to where you can get exactly what you want. Let's say you ask for strength. At the end of the day, you can't just get strong without things happening to you, but sometimes the universe is going to put you in a position where you have to be strong. Let's say you rejected love for so long and you ask for love. Maybe God will put the perfect person for you directly in front of you. I think sometimes people reject the opportunity that comes with wanting to change. You can't want change and then when something unfamiliar shows up in your life, you reject it. I think it's very rare that change looks comfortable at first, because if it was something comfortable that was easy, you'd probably already be doing it. Why would we even want to do the same thing that we've been doing every single day and expect that things in our life are going to change? Opportunities are not always going to look glamorous. In fact, oftentimes they start off with something that is scary. Moving to a new country for the first time and having no friends. Your friend asking you to go do something that you did not want to do and you discovering that you liked it. Meeting someone unexpectedly at a time where you weren't necessarily even looking to socialize with people at all. And every single time opportunity comes from situations like that, we can look back retroactively and say, you know what, I'm grateful for that opportunity. I think the biggest killer of opportunity is ego. Every single person who is rich and didn't start off rich started off in a place they did not want to be. Every person that wants to get rich is thinking so big to the point that they refuse to start small. They might feel like something is beneath them, and it's so counterintuitive to the point where like you will literally reject opportunities and stay broke, not even realizing that if you just took the opportunity that came to you, but maybe you didn't necessarily want to do it, you would be literally, just by taking that action, in a better position than you are now by just living the same life over and over and over again. Ego doesn't always see logically, and oftentimes it only sees the future and the past. It never sees the current circumstances. Love is another example too. How many times did you get hurt and say, yo, I'm never falling in love again, or if I do, this person is going to have to fall on my strict program based upon my insecurities because I got hurt. Then boom, someone comes into your life. You love every single thing about them. You could give it another chance, expecting no outcome, but just being satisfied with the growth and living in the current moment. Or you could, just self-sabotage, ruin your odds of taking things further with this person because you just weren't ready to fall in love. And then guess what? Why would you get another opportunity after that? And even if you did, without the mindset of being okay with the idea of change, you're not going to think favorably about situations like that ever. It could keep coming to you and you will reject it every time. And that's even if you get lucky for it to keep coming to you. The universe is testing you. The first question it asks you is, are you ready? The second question it asks you is, are you willing? And opportunities don't last forever. If you keep saying no, eventually they'll stop showing up. I find the concept of someone who's lucky so interesting, because while I think undeniably there are people that are inherently lucky, like good things just happen to them, some people are just always getting opportunities, right? I think that's like 25% of luck, but I think the other 75% is the people that are able to answer yes to that second question, are you willing? Lucky people are often the type of people that won't say no to things. They don't mind getting a little dirty. They don't mind embarrassing themselves. They don't mind getting a little dirty to get clean. And overall, they walk through life with an open mind. You'd be surprised how just by expanding your mind and being open to different concepts and being open to something that isn't the reality of what you come from or the way that you think every single day, how much better life will be just off of sheer outlook. Every day we walk past thousands of people, and in a way, they mean absolutely nothing to us, but every single person you walk by has a story, is a potential conversation to be had, a potential lesson learned. A lot of people have been through things that we don't necessarily have to go through, but we're going to have to go through because we didn't receive the lesson yet, or we didn't have a person to tell us the right way to go about things. And yeah, I kind of feel like I'm going on a tangent at this point, but you guys understand it. You guys understand what I'm trying to say. All life can do is offer you the door. It is up to you whether you choose to open it or not. But understand that if you don't open it, you will remain in the same room for the rest of your life with no opportunities. And yeah, you're just gonna be sad, bro. Like, just man up, bro. Come on, bro. Grown-ass man. But yeah, that's pretty much the video that I got for you guys today. If there's any subjects you want me to talk about, let me know. And also tune in to my other channels. Maybe there might be something you like there, and I don't know, I'm out, you guys.